Hi, this is Linda Magarchan. I am going to present the book I and Thou by Buber. So the PowerPoint presentation, the first page talks about the book, which was published in 1937. It was published for approximately 14 years before it became translated, but the book became really popular post-mortem after Buber had died. So the book was translated from German language. It was originally going to be 5 chapters, but only one chapter, the first chapter, got published, the I and Thou. The second chapter was going to be primal forms of religious life. Third chapter was going to be knowledge of God and law of God. The fourth chapter was going to be person and community, and the fifth chapter was going to be the power and the kingdom. But they found the outlines and some scratch papers, but not the real book. The real book was only 2 chapters. So the third page of the PowerPoint presentation is about the book. Again, Buber talks about the book, the I and Thou, in terms of I with it, which refers to the man's experience of anything, basically. The person's experiences. And there is the I and you, which refers to relationship with God. And he said, the entire book, he talks about that. And that people are different. Not everyone feels that way. Looks at their experiences from I and it and I and Thou perspectives. Not experiences, the life, actually. And some people do. This is the fourth PowerPoint presentation, the fourth page. So some of the people do not think of themselves much. He says those people lack devotion, and they don't have time for themselves. He says they don't even have a self, and no, they don't have any sense of humor. They're very serious, these people. And there are other people in the next PowerPoint page. So it's some people have a we. They have a childish world, he says. And some people have us versus them. In these people, basically the experience is their life, their perception of life is, or themselves, is that they're intelligent. His specific words were integrity, righteousness, humanity, and victory, and intelligence. And this is how they perceive themselves. And as for them, that understanding for them is the bad people, basically. So they're good and the other ones are bad. So the other ones are wicked. These adjectives apply to the other people, which is wickedness, stupidity, hypocrisy, brutality, and ultimate defeat. In the next PowerPoint page is thou versus you. The word that he chose to say thou, he thought of that being a little bit more biblical and as well as romantic. But he says when a person talks to God, they don't usually, in their heart, in their mind, when they're talking to God, they don't use the word thou. They use much more casual words. So, but on the other hand, jargon is something that people love. Here's why: because that makes them feel like part of the group, and it's more as opposed to you, which is more comfortable and more useful. So the next presentation, the next page, is you can be said with I in mind. This part I didn't exactly understand, but these were his understanding, that it can be said with I in mind. I and you can be said with one's whole being, but I and it cannot be said from the whole being. Whatever it means, this is his understanding. The book was not easy to read, by the way. It was very challenging, considering that it was translated from German, and some of the words were some of the sentences did not translate the way if someone English speaking would say it. It was even nothing. The word nothing was spelled no thing. and it was confusing a little bit. So, but it says that you helps a person take shape, and when the person has a you in mind, that you makes the person take shape, become go through the change, evolve with the consciousness over and over throughout their life. And so I will, unfortunately, I cannot imagine myself using this in my therapeutic setting. That concludes the review of the book. I just hope I get a passing grade. All right, thank you so much. Bye.